I met Matthew on a warm spring afternoon at a friend's backyard cookout. I remember noticing him not because he was loud or charming, he wasn't, but because he felt steady. While everyone else laughed too hard and talked over each other, he listened. When he spoke, it was measured, thoughtful, like he weighed every word before letting it go. We ended up standing near the grill, talking about nothing important: weather, work, how neither of us liked loud parties. As we started dating, Matthew never pretended his past didn't exist. He spoke about his wife with respect, not reverence. He talked about grief as something that reshaped him, not something that defined him. And when I finally met Mia, a small, observant girl with eyes too serious for her age, I understood that loving Matthew meant loving a story that had already begun long before me. One night, not long before he proposed, Matthew sat across from me at the kitchen table, his hands folded so tightly his knuckles were white. "There's something I need to ask you," he said. I waited. "Mia and we're a package deal. There are things about our life that aren't simple. If you say yes to me, you're saying yes to all of it. The good, the complicated, the days when the past feels louder than the present." I didn't hesitate. "I want that," I said, and I meant it. Our wedding was small, warm, intimate. No extravagance, just close friends, family, and a sense of quiet promise. When we danced, I could feel Matthew relax for the first time all day, like he was finally allowing himself to step fully into something new. That night, we returned to the house he once shared with his late wife. I told myself it was just a house. Walls, floors. History, yes, but not ghosts. I reminded myself that love didn't erase the past. It made room for it. Still, as I walked through the hallway, I felt the weight of all the moments that had happened there without me. Matthew fell asleep quickly, exhaustion finally catching up with him. I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, listening to the unfamiliar quiet of a place that wasn't yet mine. That's when I noticed the drawer. The nightstand on my side of the bed sat slightly crooked, like it had been pulled out and pushed back too many times. I reached down to straighten it, and my fingers brushed against something taped underneath. An envelope. My heart began to race for no logical reason at all. I peeled it off carefully. The paper was slightly yellowed, the tape old. The handwriting on the front was graceful, deliberate, and definitely not Matthew's. 4 words were written across it. "If you're reading this, he didn't tell you the truth." The room felt smaller. My chest tightened so suddenly it stole my breath. I sat there, the envelope shaking in my hands, 1,000 thoughts colliding at once. What truth? About what? Why leave this for me? I was about to open it when a loud crash echoed through the house. I jumped up, panic flooding me. "Matthew?" I called, already running toward the sound. He had knocked over a lamp in the hallway, clearly disoriented, his face pale. I helped him steady himself, brushed it off as nerves and exhaustion, and guided him back to bed. But when I returned to the nightstand, the envelope was gone. Morning came too quickly. Matthew looked exhausted, distant in a way that felt new. He kissed my forehead, avoided my eyes, moved through the house like he was somewhere else entirely. I wanted to ask him about the letter, to demand answers, but fear stopped me. Fear of what I might learn, fear of what honesty might cost. That afternoon, while Matthew ran errands, Mia sat at the dining table coloring. She was quiet, more than usual, her tongue caught between her teeth as she focused intensely on her drawing. When she finished, she slid the paper toward me. My stomach dropped. It was her mother, drawn lying in a bed. In her hand was a rectangular shape, a phone or maybe an envelope. Beside her stood a small child, Over the child's mouth, Mia had drawn a bold, dark X. My voice came out barely above a whisper. "Sweetheart, can you tell me about this?" She hesitated. Her shoulders slumped. "Daddy says it's a secret," she said softly, "but secrets make my chest hurt." I knelt beside her, heart breaking. "Some secrets aren't meant to be kept," I told her, "especially if they make you sad." She studied my face, searching for something. Safety, maybe. Then she took my hand. "I'll show you," she said. She led me to the basement. In the far corner, behind old boxes and holiday decorations, sat a plastic storage bin. Inside were medical supplies, prescription bottles, hospital paperwork. Her mother hadn't died suddenly. She had been sick, very sick. Mia reached into the bin and pulled out the envelope. "I hid it," she admitted. "I thought Daddy needed help." My hands trembled as I opened it. The letter wasn't angry. It wasn't a warning. It was gentle. Matthew's late wife wrote about love, about pain, about how Matthew coped by pretending, by softening reality when it became too heavy to carry. She wrote that he wasn't cruel or deceptive, just afraid that the truth would make people leave. And then she wrote to me. She asked me not to judge him, to love him honestly, to help him heal, and to protect Mia's heart. When Matthew came home that evening, I handed him the letter. He collapsed, not physically, but emotionally. Years of carefully contained grief poured out of him. He admitted he wanted a fresh start so badly that he tried to rewrite the past instead of facing it. "I wasn't hiding something dark," he said through tears. "I was hiding my fear." I took his hands. "The truth isn't what breaks people," I told him. "Silence does." That night, our marriage truly began. Not with perfection, not with erased history, but with honesty, compassion, and the courage to carry pain together. And for the first time, the house felt like home.